Yeah, my brother had a Navy SEAL come up to him, and this Navy SEAL was talking to my brother, and he talked about like when they keep making them tread water till they actually physically can't, and they just keep treading water till they can, and then they eventually like they'll pass out, and then they fucking like revive them and shit, and it's insane what those guys go through, dude.
Yeah, but you don't need to keep. Do you just do the dead man's float? I learned that in swimming. You just float face down, and then occasionally you pick your fucking head up. Yeah, you keep doing aerobics.
Yeah, no, I think they put. I think they rush water in a tank that you just can't get out of. I don't think you could start doing fucking like dead man floats in the Navy SEAL training, which would
you
be
ever think of how insecure you have to be to join special forces? Like, what are you trying to prove?
Yeah,
I'm just fucking with you, dude. I just want to piss people off.
No, they're probably.
But you get the fuck out of the country.
No, there probably is.
I'm patriotic. I have an American flag, and I give the troops a standing ovation at a sporting event. Other than that, I'm just living my life.
No, but there is a guy like that. I'm sure there's a guy who's like, fuck it, I'm not just going to the military. I'm doing that for his own thing. But then there's some bad motherfuckers.
No, they weed those guys out.
There's some bad, and the number of guys that quit.
Special force guys are like, they like have to do that. It's the only thing that can contain their intensity. Can you imagine like if like you were meant to be an Army Ranger and you actually like managed a Home Depot and those fucking people showing up just half-assing it every day, sleeping on a whole pile of fucking paper towels. And like, and you're wired to like save a country. I mean, they have to go do it, Paul.
Yeah, it's like kind of a UFC fighter.
Those training fucking videos. I saw one, I think it was for the Army Rangers, Paul. You got to pick up like a telephone pole. Like 10 other guys. Yeah. And then you hold it, and then his guys quit. The people who try out for that shit are so tough. If you quit holding up a telephone pole in the sun, you're a pussy. And they have like this big like... And like if somebody taps out, now there's 9 of you holding it up, Paul. You still have to hold it up. And then they get so fucking weary, they puke in the pit, and you got to take your puke outside the pit. And there's some guy, what is your puke doing inside of my pit, Private? You got to fucking... Dude, I would like... All they would have to do is just tell me the intro. It's like, I got to do what? Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'll be a junior ranger. I'll just bring the rangers their stuff before they go into the octagon.
No, that's another level, man. I had this soldier come up in San Antonio. He had burns on his face and shrapnel scars. I was talking about this in my act one time too. He came up to me and he's, thanks for coming, man. And I said, no, dude, you know, thank you so much for your service and everything. And I was just like looking at the toughness of this guy. And he goes, yeah, man. And he just goes, you know, I said, I'm able to do this because of what you do, you know? And he goes, yeah, well, you know, I'm just ready to die for America. And then I said, he's like, I'm ready to die at an instant for you. You know, people are ready. I'm just thinking like, no, not me, man. Like, fuck that, dude. I'm not, I can't, I'm a liability out there, dude. I'm the last fucking dude you want out there. But then,
really?
But then if I went out, but I'm just saying, like, again, now, I mean, if I went out there gung ho, I would fucking be about it. But
no, I'm just saying.
What?
Do you really have an option when you get out there? Once you get out there, I mean, you got to play the game or else you're dead.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you wouldn't be crying like, just shooting at anything that moved, but you would try.
See, that's the other thing. Friendly fire, dude, that's fucked up, man. Rest his soul, that guy Pat Tillman who left the NFL after 9/11 to do it. And like the friendly fire thing is what's really is fucking sad, man. And it's like, and what can you do? Brutal.
Yeah, it's a yeah, I'm glad I never had to do, you know, I did poor enough in high school to have fucking, you know, if I didn't do comedy, I mean, I probably would have thought about going in there. I would not have been a good soldier. I don't like people telling me what to do. I really don't.
Yeah, but you'd be the type of guy that would, knowing you would hate it at the beginning, and then you'd be the guy giving orders. You'd be a fucking general. You would be like, fuck that guy. I'm gonna be
no,
that guy.
I was a lot different person when I was back then. I just wanted to be left alone. And I would hate the drill sergeant within the first fucking 2 days because he would have reminded me of my dad, and then that would have gone. I would have become a problem, and then I wouldn't be tough. So then he'd kick my ass in front of the whole platoon, and then there'd be some sort of one of those fucking, what do they call it, a blanket party. It wouldn't have been good.
You'd be Private Pile and fucking.
I don't think comedians, people who should be comedians, generally speaking, are cut out for the military. Generally speaking, there are some.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Generally speaking, that's not our speed, dude. Like, generally speaking, we go out at night in the middle of the night and tell jokes and sit around and talk and make fun of people's clothes. And
then they beat the fuck out of you. And then it's just like, well, this isn't fun. I would just be weighing it. So like, wait a minute. So like, if my leave, if I don't come back, the worst thing that happens is you stick me in jail in a dishonorable discharge. Ooh, you don't approve of me, dude? I would be going for one of those fucking things.
Well, here's the thing. You know, my mind, I would not be able to not laugh, dude. I laugh. My sense of humor and the way my mind goes, like we were talking about many times, church, funeral, that's the comedic mind. So, and they said that guy, he passed away, rest his soul, but the guy who was a drill sergeant in Full Metal Jacket was a real drill sergeant. Right. And they said that some of those guys say I talked to soldiers, said the most hilarious things ever. Like they just come out and they just say the funny, your motherfucker, thing like that. Dude, I would burst out laughing, get the shit kicked out of me, and everybody in the platoon would hate me because I'd be the reason they were running.
Pile. Wipe that smile off your face, Private Verzi. Start trying.
How tall are you? Remember that one? That was my favorite one. How tall are you? 5'8", sir. I didn't know they stack shit that high. I would just be like, ah! I would be, dude, somebody's got to spoof that. You got to make a movie just about how fucking over the top funny the guy is.
Well, I think movies ruin it. So now you're like anticipating it. I imagine it must have been amazing when you first met a drill sergeant, you know, back in the day before every fucking movie gave him all those one-liners and shit or whatever. I like how like drill sergeants have like stock jokes.
Yeah.
Texas, like only queers and steers coming. I don't see any horns. Where'd you learn how to whisper, Private? In a helicopter factory? Just starts doing like stand-up, you know? Hey, let me tell you something, Private. I don't come to McDonald's and knock the French fries out of your fucking hand, do I?
Oh, shit.
I don't go down to the whorehouse and slap the dicks out of your mouth, do I, Private?
And there's no way they're coming up with it on the spot. You know, they're writing shit. When they go back to the barracks, it's like, all right, who do I got here? He's fucking.
Dude, that's the sketch. He does hacky 80s stuff. I didn't know they could stack shit that high. This guy can back me up.
Am I right?
Am I right? I know what you guys are thinking.
This is the type of, what did he say? This guy will fuck you in the ass and not even have the decency to give you a reach around. It's like, what?
I know, yeah, it got super
dude,
gay.
I would be crying, dude. I would be crying laughing. There's no way I would just be able to sit at attention while that guy just starts fucking calling some guy.
Imagine if your drill sergeant said that. Not even have the decency to give you a reach around. And it'd be like, how did you know that about me? I mean, how do you resist it? He's just lobbing it over the net.
I'm so competitive. Yes, I would. You don't even know that. Oh, shit.
How do you stack shit? I mean,
you just take it literal.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if they're constipated or maybe like cow chips or something, like human shit.
Yeah, no. Dude, I heard boot camp was so hard. I knew a guy that I went to high school with. He said, like, because a couple people kill themselves or whatever, but he said sometimes you would literally contemplate swimming across the, like you would just, like guys would, it was that nut, like the freedom in your mind to just get in the water and swim away from that.
I couldn't handle high school, Paul. There's no fucking way I could give myself in. I remember sitting in high school. That's what reminded me. High school. We had this building A in my high school. It was like fucking, did these big old-fashioned windows, and in the summertime they'd have the windows open because there wasn't any AC or whatever, right? I just remember just looking at it, going like, "What would the teacher do if I just jumped it?" Because we were on the first floor, just jumped out that window, or I'd see the cars driving by, just wishing I was in one of those cars.
Yeah,
just driving by. One of my favorite jobs I ever had, I washed windows, people's houses. And my favorite part of the day was when we were driving from one job to another. And I remember just thinking, it's the middle of the day and I'm not in an office and I'm driving down the street with my arm out the fucking window. It was great. The only thing that sucked about that job is the end of your fingers would be numb by the end of the day from trying to open those fucking screens and those windows.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. You get those pain in the ass old ladies. You would, they were like Windex and paper towel. They'd want you to get paint off a fucking window. It's like, lady, we said we're washing your windows. Let's not try to, And she'd be like, remember this lady? Ma'am, I've already gone up there 3 times. It's not bird doo-doo. That's paint.